Good morning, world changers. So it is day 12 of the 100 days of self-discovery challenge. As you'll know by now, every day I pose a thought-provoking question and I share my own reflections and I invite you to do the same. So the idea is that you write down the question in your journal, take 10 minutes out of your day just to reflect on that question so that you can get to know yourself better, work out what your limiting beliefs, your fears, your doubts, but also what your dreams, your desires, your core values are, so that you can start working out what you want from life and you can start designing your life rather than creating your life rather than just responding and reacting to life, because well, that's essentially what happens if we don't take some time out to actually think, to stop and reflect and think, what is it that I do want from life, what makes me happy. So that's what this challenge is all about. So today's question is, what do you fear and how can you overcome it? So this one challenged me, as they all do. Yesterday's was lovely and easy. I loved yesterday's question, did it in no time at all. But today, what do I fear? So again, if you'd asked me this question 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago, I could have rattled off a big long list of things that I was scared of and was terrified of. Mostly, I was just terrified to shine and be me and reach my true potential. I'm still obviously not there. I've still got loads, miles to go. God, do you know what? I have recorded this freaking video about a dozen times. I'm so over this question. I'm going to just keep going on because I am not recording any more videos. So yeah, but what I reflected on, the fact is that obviously overcoming the fears I had, personal development and having a daily consistent practice has massively catapulted me to a point where I've overcome and I've pushed through all those fears. But it's also down to all the experiences that I've had, the positive and the negative. Obviously, losing lots of loved ones has taught me so much about living, and it's basically all these things that I've been terrified of are never going to kill me. They are just I might get embarrassed, I might feel embarrassed about what people think of me. And I think that's actually what holds most of us back from living true to ourselves, that we do fear what people think of us. And I still have an element of that, that's what these videos, that's why I've taken 12 freaking takes to do this one question. It's because I kept, just blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I can't put that out, because I was worried what people would think of me. So I'm pushing through that fear now and just going, do you know what, just get on with it. But I think possibly the biggest fear that I've got at the moment, before I go into that, I was going to say, there are things I still don't like doing, but I don't fear them in the same. So public speaking, I really don't like doing it, and I really don't like how uncomfortable I feel and how nervous I get, especially a night before my conference. If people saw me a night before the conference and then saw me on stage the next day, they just wouldn't believe it was the same person, because I do get a real big attack of the nerves and I doubt and think, oh, I can't do this, why am I doing it, da da da. But I remind myself, okay, I've done it before, I have past experience that showed that I've done it. Even if I do it, I'm doing the best that I can, and even if I do mess up, I am doing the best that I can, and you know what, that's what it's about. And I will learn from the experience, but ultimately, I will not die. And that is the worst case scenario. I will survive it, and I've survived far worse than being just embarrassing myself. But ultimately, I think that's probably my biggest fear, and I do think that's generally the biggest fear that holds a lot of people back, just worrying what others will think of them. But I did wonder, and this is something we've discussed in the life coaching group a number of times, about the fear of success. And am I actually fearful of my own success and all that I can be? Which might sound absolutely crazy. You might think, well, why would you fear success? But, with success comes great responsibility. So, if for me to grow Change Your World and make it a success and create the vision that I want for it to be, I have to put myself out there and I have to be a leader. So it's one thing to be a leader in my own life, but to lead others, I'm not very comfortable with that. I don't see that that's my place. But essentially, when you're doing something like running a business, you do have to lead others, and in many capacities. So, and I'm still working through that. I'm working on myself, and that's what personal development does. It really enhances your leadership skills, your how you react and relate to people, how you encourage and support and bring people on, get them motivated with your own message and your own vision and everything you're trying to do. So, it's a big responsibility, and sometimes I don't want to be responsible. Quite a lot of the time, actually. I want to just be carefree, and I just want to. Some days I do think, why am I doing this? I want an easy life. However, when I had what was deemed an easy life, where I didn't have a mission and purpose and meaning, I was completely and utterly miserable and unhappy. So, there's pros and cons to everything, and I'd rather be happy and scared of pushing through my comfort zones, than miserable and like I used to be. So, I think, definitely, and I was just thinking there about in terms of how to overcome it, as I wrote in my notes here, surrounding myself with encouraging, supportive people has been key. Having a daily personal development practice, doing this 100-day challenge has been great. I mean, it's re-enhancing lots of things about me, and it's effective evaluation. It's looking at where you are, where you've come from, and where you want to be in the gaps in between. So, this is how I'm overcoming my fears. So I would love your reflections. Your thoughts, because every time you share your thoughts, you inspire others. This is not just about me telling you the way I do it and expecting you to follow. This is us all learning from each other. So if you've enjoyed this post, if you're enjoying this challenge, please share on your social media. Spread the word about Change Your World. Let them know there's a conference coming up on the 6th of April. We've got an amazing lineup of speakers. I've got two. Just to finally confirm, speakers are like buses, honest to God. I've had two that I've been trying to fix, and they both came back today and said, yeah, I can do it. Now I'm like, I only have space for one. So I'm in a bit of a dilemma, but I will confirm who the final one is in a few days. So, so love to you all. Have a fabulous day, and let's work out, what do you fear? And how can you overcome it? Because when we smash through our fears, that's when the light really shines, and we start showing up in the world and really creating a positive ripple effect of change for individuals, organisations and the environment. And that is what Change Your World is all about. So get out there, start changing your world. Love to you all, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.